starts the same as any other process. We have to look up the account. We can't do anything if we don't have an account. Once we find our account, as always, we will do verification if we have not already done so in Brain. And then we will be in the account after adopting it. It will take us to customer history. Now, let's say that for this customer, we go to Wizmo, we do our search, we find the order, and when we pull up the order details, they tell us that both of these masks were damaged, and this avocado, the eye treatment, was damaged. Now, of course, that's a problem because that means this is more than our $100 limit, or rather, it meets that $100 limit, so we're not able to just go directly in and replace ourselves. The system will actually cut you off. It will give you an error message that says this exceeds your limit. So at the very least, even though, again, it will cut you off there, it will also tell you why it's not working. So even if you don't notice up front, at that point, you would just go to your workflow page, which is here in Zone 1. Just click on Workflow. It takes you to a page that looks like this. It says Workflows at the top. And down at the bottom, it says Order. We will click on Order because all of our workflows will be order related. We will never submit workflows not about orders. So now that we're here, if you think back to our workflow quiz, our workflow presentation that we saw, you'll remember we need to indicate a workflow name because that determines where it is being sent.
Direct.
That determines what team the workflow goes to, and if the workflow goes to the wrong team, then the customer's issue is not going to get addressed. So for this, we'll call it order issue because that is a partial replacement. When we are replacing part of an order but not the whole thing, we will mark that as an order issue workflow. We also need to indicate our customer temperament, indicating the mood that they were in. We will say, we'll say this person is good. We will then select the appropriate order number. Just for funsies, I will do this one. And then we indicate what needs to be done. Customer is missing 2 rare earth masks and 1 creamy eye treatment. Please send replacement. So just like that, we have our workflow filled in. Now I just have to hit save. Can anybody hear me? Seems like all I'm seeing in the chat is... Okay.
Yes, we can hear you, Paul.
Sounds good.
Hey, question. I'm sorry,
What's
question.
With the notations, because it is the whole order, do we have to go into detail in regards to the product, or can we just say it's the whole order missing?
If it is the whole order, then you can definitely say that. In this instance, the example I had was not the whole order. It was it was the two masks and one of the eye creams. There was a second eye cream though that the customer said they had.
Okay.
So in that instance, yeah, we would. If it's not the whole order, we need to specify what. But if it is, then yes, absolutely, we can just say customer missing whole order, please replace.
Okay.
All right.
Just interrupt Mr. Paul.
What's up?
I think when she was talking that with Allah, she said her uh, can you
My
talk to me?
computer blacked out. My computer blacked out, and then I tried logging into my Amazon workspace, and it keeps showing. Hold on, it says connection manager communication error, so I can get into my computer now.
Okay, we'll have to submit a ticket for that, and that'll get addressed tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. So again, at this point, we have submitted our workflow. And from there, just as if you had done the replacement, you would just click Done with Customer and notate normally. You'll see here that it pulls up a workflow ID. So you have that confirmation that the workflow was submitted successfully. We'll just mark our customer's temperament. We'll cancel out the extra transaction. Short ship. I put in my note. And I save. And there we go. That is the entire workflow process. Really, the only difference between that and a replacement is not actually doing the replacement. Instead, you just go to Workflow here in Zone 1. That will load a page that looks like this. The only button you ever need here is Order. You will select your workflow name to determine where the workflow is going. We'll call this Refund. You'll select your customer's temperament so that we can help prioritize. If the customer is very upset, then of course we want to take care of that first so that the customer doesn't just stay in our phone queue all day, calling back over and over again to ask the same question. We select our order number. Onto this. And we input our reason. Customer called in, received whole order damaged. Please issue full refund. So I've indicated why we are refunding and also the fact that we are refunding. I will save and then notate normally. So yeah, workflows really just come to that 4-step process. That is your workflow name indicating who the workflow is going to, whether it's going to our admin team or to our credit team. It will need to be the customer temperament. We need a customer temperament so we can indicate who is higher priority. Not that angry customers are inherently more important, but instead that those angry customers are more likely to spend more time in our phone line, and we want to resolve that as quickly as we can. So we need our customer temperament, we need our order number, because of course we need to be able to indicate what the order is for, and we need our reason for workflow, where we indicate what we're actually doing. Yes, we provide that same time frame. Yeah, once you have done those 4 things, workflow name, customer temperament, order number, and reason for workflow, that's your whole process. You save, and then you notate as usual. All right.